Right now, we're expecting a vigil to start outside Munster Community Hospital for Jamal Williams. He's the Western Michigan grad shot and killed last week by a retired police officer. Chris Ty is live in Munster. And Chris, Jamal's parents have a growing list of agencies they say failed their son.
That's right, Erica. 3 agencies in particular. One of them you see behind me, that hospital. But there are 3 reasons the family feels their son turned into a grim personality of late. Number 1, coronavirus. Number 2, the inability for him to walk at graduation because of COVID-19. And 3, the George Floyd case. So concerned was his mom, she put a tracker on him. And 2 weeks ago tonight, she said she saw something concerning.
Here we dropping our son off to get some help, and here ending up hearing that the very place that he went to get help from, he ended up dying.
2 weeks ago today, Jamal Williams made it halfway home from college in Kalamazoo. After jumping into the cab of a semi-truck and threatening its driver, the 22-year-old D1 football standout was seen standing out in a parking lot, raising his hands and yelling to the sky, according to this police report attached to his arrest.
If you see this child having some type of mental breakdown, why would you even categorize that as a resistive arrest?
His parents say St. Joseph, Michigan police were the first to misread their son. The Munster hospital his parents drove him to directly from jail would be the second.
He kept on telling me, my mind just racing. I can't put 2 and 2 together.
The parents say despite the hospital telling them they don't have the capacity to handle the psych patient,
they said we found a room for him.
When Jamal turned violent with a nurse, the security that arrived opted for lethal force, ending the life of the fresh graduate and one of the sheriff's department veterans working security that night.
The sheriffs came knocking on our door about 8:30, 9 o'clock.
That visit from the Lake County Sheriff's Department the next morning would be the 3rd agency the family says let them down. For 10 hours last Tuesday, the story reported by the Sheriff's Department was Jamal disarmed one of those officers and fired a fatal shot before being shot himself. Prosecutors later said that never happened. Jamal never touched a gun.
We want to know why that first story went out before getting the facts.
As the Justice for Jamal movement grows, this mother says 3 institutions let her son down, saying it's both deeply part of, but also separate from, the national Black Lives Matter movement.
So we feel like not only Black Lives Matter, but a life mattered right there.
That's what I was going to say.
Because
it's bigger than that.
It's bigger than Black Lives Matter. A life mattered there. And they failed to assess him and to properly get him the help that he needs.
The vigil and rally slated to start at 5 o'clock is just starting to come together here across the street from the hospital. We should point out we reached out to the hospital to ask their thoughts on the family's criticism. They said they stand behind the security procedures that unfolded last Tuesday. Live in Munster, Chris Ty, CBS 2 News.